We're underway. Kia Thursday night footy. Enjoy this one. There's always plenty of feeling, isn't there, when the Sharks do battle with the Dragons.
6 to go. Previous play. Brayley once again.
Again, straight through. Support on the inside. It's Trindle for the line. He's got it. Braden Trindle.
He's had a great start to this game, Brayley.
He's been excellent, hasn't he? It must be a conscious effort to run more. Surely Craig Fitzgibbon has tipped him up.
Now Cook has a little pirouette. Goes to Flanagan. Here's Gula. Late offload. Cook stepping. Now accelerating. Damien Cook. What a try.
Freddie, did he score a try similar to that in Origin when you were coaching, Cookie?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think it was either in Melbourne or in, straight through the middle and beat the fullback on his own.
Cook, Flanagan, King Tongia. Staying alive. He's good on his feet. He'll almost get to the line. He reaches out and scores a magnificent try. Like King Tongia. One, he'll play it. Brayley. Go on. Hines has put it down and Leilua's got it for the Dragons. And he gives a terrific pass away. Gutherson loses his footing when he tried to cut back and link up with some players in support.
He's
in a sin bin.
Go, you're slow.
Wow.
Well, that's a big turnaround.
Well, that error, that drop ball.
Blake with the tackle. Now Cook to Flanagan. Held it up for DeBellin. Jack DeBellin. The Dragons do extend their lead. Will Blake playing it. Trindle. Oh, lovely. Katoa gets to the line. Can he get the ball down? They've held him up. Coming through a little late. Now. Good run. Nickera. There's the points. Sharks back in it. Britton Nickera. Of a lovely ball from Trindle. Game on.
Yeah, the milestone man.
3 away from the line. Brayley to Trindle. Trindle goes to the air. Wilton leading the chase. It's not back and it's try time. Trindle is in. He's got himself a double.
Yeah. You can see they're just growing in confidence, the Sharks. Then they just rolled the ruck. Freddie.
Points here.
Katoa will be hard to stop. They won't stop him. The Sharks are in front. Sione Katoa.
Really?
Mulatalo. Hines has the ball out in front. Now the kick through from Nickera. Wilton chasing after it. Sloan is there. He'll get back in the field of play. Will he? No, he won't. No, he won't. Mulatalo is there. Brayley. And DeBellin has it.
Well, there's a penalty. There's a penalty.
There's a man down.
21 in.
We'll show it here. He has to commit. He cannot pull out there.
To make it a 6-point lead for the Sharks. And he guides it through. King Tongia. Oh, there's a little kick for himself. He got a boot. Oh, Katoa, hang on to that. Goodness me, he hung on to it. Now he's away. And he's going to score an amazing try. Sione Katoa runs around, puts the ball down. He did it all on his own. Full time at Sharks Stadium. It's the Sharks 30. Defeated the Dragons 18.
Well, Fitzy, that second half must give you a lot of confidence. How pleased were you with that effort?
Yeah, you might think I'm mad when I say this. I didn't think we were going that bad in the first half. There's parts of our play that we wanted to display tonight and take the scoreline out of it. We weren't searching for a scoreline. We were searching for some things we were looking at, and obviously it stings a bit when the scoreline says 18-6 for sure, but we were really clear on not getting away from what we thought we wanted to do tonight and play our way, and then it's really simple. We just kept doing it and it worked. So that was the most pleasing bit, I reckon.
Brayley was really impressive, particularly his runs and at dummy half. He was really felt like he got you guys really the momentum moving and was just so quick.
Yeah, he's been playing well most of the year and he's just so valuable. But we're all stung for him last week, to be honest, on our performance. It was his 150th game last week, and then Britt got his tonight, and we tried to couple them up. But we sort of both of them deserve a better performance than last week, and he performed, and then everyone else did for both of them, really.
Trindle as well, with his bombs, kept just peppering Sloan, and Shane said it then, that was sort of what got into their game, was, that sort of area of it, and his errors particularly. So Trindle as well tonight also stepped up, particularly for you guys. Yeah, you got to keep things. To be fair, the Dragons are missing a few players, and then I thought they turned up like that. That was a hard contest tonight. Like, take the second half out of it, that was more difficult than it looked, and that's why at half time I wasn't that concerned, because I thought that was a really hard half and we were going all right. Scoreline probably didn't suggest it, but you don't want to concede soft tries like that either. So, but then the second half it was the same, but we just got in control of those kicks and kept it simple, and it worked well.
I know you're not results driven guy, you're process driven and whatnot, but after a couple of back-to-back losses, how important is that second half though in terms of your season and sort of getting things on track?
It's too big a picture to look at. I can't see it. It's like where we're at. We haven't performed for a couple of weeks. Like, even a result today was irrelevant. It was a performance that was needed. So we needed to see what we want to be, what we want to do, and not take an outcome away. We just needed to play like the Sharks want to play. So that was the most important thing out of the night. Important as well in the scheme of, if we're not looking too far ahead, but next week Broncos, another team that is sort of wanting to get back, find some form as well. That performance, you need to sort of build the momentum and the confidence. Is that what you're referring to? Look, from where we've been, where we're at, we've had some periods of good footy, obviously some travel, some hiccups, some bits and pieces. I just don't think we can play anything other than what's in front of us at the moment. I don't. I just reckon we look at too much, too long, and for us, for where we're at, we've just got to go Broncos only, and that's it. Not the season, nothing else other than what's in front of us, and that's the Broncos next week. So, and obviously their performance last week would suggest that they've turned a corner as well. So there's a challenge for us right there. What does that say about the nature of the beast in the game, the competition, that you really just have to it's like. That speaks volumes to it. It's awesome, I think everyone wants to see a good comp. It's hard to see where it's going at the moment. There's a curveball here and there, and don't want to be part of the curveballs. I want to be consistent and play good footy and have a Sharks team that knows what it's about.
Bitsy, a couple of nice milestones today. Not only Britt's 150 game, but you also equalled your old man's record of coaching the Sharks at 92 games as well. Is that right? I didn't know that. Thank you. He sure didn't tell me. But no, look, milestones, obviously the most important milestone tonight was performing for Britt. We really did agree. Blake last week was that hurt, and thought we did a good job of arresting that.
Cameron, I think you're off the field at this side half time, but just the way, did it feel like a different game when you were on the second half, the way you guys were sort of gaining that ascendancy through the middle, maybe compared perhaps to the last 10, 20 minutes of the first half?
Yeah, I thought we started really well. Obviously Blake gone through the middle to set up tricky there. So it wasn't so much that, it was just a couple penalties and errors and things like that. And then to their credit, they capitalised on some moments. So yeah, it was a funny one on the scoreboard, but we felt in the game and felt doing some good things, but we just were able to build that pressure more, and then that's what happens.
Thank you.
Was Moini all right?
No, he's done a hurt a calf. I don't know how he lasted that long, to be honest. So he early on we were getting messages, but he convinced the other medical guys he could play on with it, but got to a point where we had to make that call.
Have you got any outside backs left?
We're obviously Chief went out there, Siffer, and we've got young Mickey Gabriel and Chris Fayella. Chris Fayella's out injured at the moment, and Mickey Gabriel missed a game this weekend with maybe an injury. But yeah, we've got some good kids there. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
That's right. Yeah. Shane, I suppose, how do you sum that up? There's particularly that second half.
Well, it's just a mirror of the first half, but different coloured jerseys. And I thought we were good in the first half, and scored some good tries and competed really hard, and they just did it better in the second half. It was 12 points of difference, but the last try was us just trying to, we needed to score. So it was, I understand that young half and just tried to do something and pull it back, and that's brave of him, and I encourage it. But there was some decisions that I was amazed at.
Did you feel like in the second, was there a lack of intent? Was that the energy backed off? What was it that you felt that they wasn't there in the first, which they had the lead there?
Yeah, they just ran. They ran a little bit harder in the second half and got good field position, and then all their kicks were contestable kicks. They ended up on our 20 or 30 line and contested all their kicks. They didn't have to kick out in yardage. So that's the way the game goes sometimes. You've got to be better defensively so to make them kick long. And they didn't kick long. They were all contested kicks, and we didn't handle the kicks. That in the end, they scored a try for scrum, but that was post to knock on from us from a kick, and then they scored another try from a kick where Sloane made an error there. So there's 12 points. There's the game. So off 2 kicks. So there's not a lot of difference, and they tried hard. They tried really hard, but just a few little areas that we need to tidy up.
It was a tough night for Sloane. He was really peppered by Trimble's high balls tonight, wasn't he?
That's what happens.
How's his confidence in there? He said you missed out on New South Wales Cup game. He was recalled with injuries. I suppose, to take some of the balls that he did take, gauge his confidence a little bit, but he was peppered. Yeah,
I think the word that you use, confidence, is probably something that he's down on a little bit at the moment, and we just got to find it. He's got to find it.
So I know you said you were unhappy with some decisions. Is that decisions made by your team or by the officials? Or?
You were watching it, weren't you?
I was watching, yes.
Yeah. There was a dropout that you should watch again.
The one where the ball crossed the... Well, that was the kickoff.
The kickoff. Yeah, the kickoff where Moses Sully was... There's a red line there that's called a 40-metre line, and Moses Sully was in the other side of the 40-metre line. Yeah, you can watch it.
You mentioned, I should know, do your Cup guys have a bye next week, or do they play?
No, they play.
Would you, you talk about, sliding into the game in Cup last week and then try to find confidence back into them? Is that an option to have a run around the Cup?
Yeah, it is an option. We're just short at the moment. We've got Matty Feagai, Christian Tupolotto, Corey Allen. They're 3 centre wingers that are out injured. And 2 of them probably are starting wingers, in Matty Feagai and CT. So take your 2 starting wingers out of every side. You take out of the Sharks, there's a big difference, especially what they contribute. So it's tough at the moment, but we've just got to battle on.
And did you notice the wind making much of an impact in that second half as well?
Oh, it did pick up a little bit, but like Shane said, we've got to be better on the end of our kicks, but we can't put our catches under that much pressure. We'll just let them get down their end too far and let them get a good kick away, a good attacking kick and contested. So we're just putting our back 5, back 3 under pressure. We need to be better. We need to be happy to catch the ball in our 10 and then next set catch the ball in our 20 and slowly work our way out the field and get into that grind. So that's where we need to improve.
So do you think it was the start of the defensive sets that really kind of let them get further down?
Yeah, definitely. Them getting out of yardage is a bit better than us, second half.
What were the positives you can take out of that first half? The way that you kind of really put the foot down and even got him in the bit, got Jesse in the bin and things like that.
Yeah, I thought we played really well in the first half. We competed really hard and got field position, and Damien scored a really good try off a quality offload, and then there was the Jack de Bellin, nice short pass from Kyle, Jack de Bellin over, and then our young Lycan just took the line on and scored a lovely try for a half. So we were good in the first half. But once again, and I don't think Fitzy would be real happy with their first half, and it just turned around the second half. And then once again, there should have been a real, from my point, it should have been a real battle if our kick defence was better, and maybe a bit of yardage defence, so they weren't they weren't attacking kicks. So it wasn't a lot of difference in the two teams, but that's what it was.
Couchman's ankle was strapped. Is he all good?
Yeah, just a bit of a twist. I don't think it's anything major. Just went over on it. I think he trod on someone else's foot in the process, and just a bit of a slight twist. We got a bye next week, so he'll be fine.
That was your only injury up to night, Shane?
I think so. Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
Thank you.